What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Corey.
And I'm Keisha. And we are His and Herbs.
And we are some future big time gardeners just making things happen in the high desert of Southern California. So in today's video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna be showing you guys how we're planning to water our trees and our bushes and other plants when it starts to get warm. So today we're going to be creating a slow drip irrigation system that's going to help us water our garden when we're either out of town or the plants are too far away from where you have your main irrigation set up. With that being said, y'all, let's ride.
Let's go.
All right, y'all, so for this project, you're going to need a bucket, an adjustable dripper, right? 1/4-inch barbed connector, some 1/4-inch tubing, needle nose pliers, works best for me. You're gonna need a drill with a 1/4-inch drill bit and an extra set of hands. There you go. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, y'all, take our drill and our 1/4-inch drill bit, and we're gonna make a hole at the lowest possible level of the bucket. That way, as everything drains, you can get as much of the water out as you can. Now, you don't have to do it that low. I'm gonna do it that low, but you don't have to do it that low. It was actually recommended to me in the previous bucket video to make my hole higher. That way, as the water drains, I'll have some water left in the bucket that'll keep the wind from blowing it over, right? But I'm not gonna concern myself with that right now. All right, so I'm gonna go to the lowest possible level, put a hole right there. I'm gonna take my barbed connector, my needle nose pliers, and my extra set of hands. And I'm gonna force this connector into that small hole. It's gonna be a struggle. It's not gonna wanna go, but it's gonna go, right? So I'm gonna put one hand inside the bucket because if you try to push this through, you run the risk of cracking the bucket. So I'm gonna put one hand inside to support around the hole where I'm pushing. And then we're gonna have the other set of hands come in. There we go. Right in there. See, it didn't even crack the bucket. Now that's in there, that's nice and tight. We're gonna take our 1/4-inch tubing. I don't want this very long, so I'm gonna cut this maybe a foot long right here. So I'm gonna cut this. On one end, I'm going to place the adjustable dripper. I recommend the adjustable dripper over the set drippers because you can at least you have more control over the flow out of the adjustable dripper than out of one, like let's say it's a 1/2 gallon per hour. You can't control it. It's going to give you a 1/2 gallon per hour no matter what you do, right? That's what that dripper is rated at. With this, we can back it off a little bit. We can open it and close it to adjust the flow so that we can get more or less water as we want, as we desire, right? So I'm gonna take the other end of this 1/4-inch tubing, and we're still on camera, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to just attach it to the barbed connector that we got in the bucket. And honestly, y'all, that's it. That is the end of it. There's nothing more to it, man. That, ladies and gentlemen, is it. All you do now is you sit this by whatever tree, bush, plant that you want to get consistent watering. And you fill this thing up with water and you adjust the cap for the amount of flow that you want, right? So let me show you. All right, so this system can be used with any size bucket. It doesn't have to be, this is like a 2.5, 3 gallon bucket, somewhere around there. You can use a 5 gallon bucket. You can use it on a 55 gallon drum.
Just can't see you.
Oh, it's cool, it was cool. So you can use this on a 5 gallon bucket, a 55 gallon drum, doesn't matter. It's gonna all work the same way because it's gonna be gravity fed. You just have, the only thing that we have to understand is because it is gravity fed, you're gonna have, it has to be higher than the plant or the tree that you're watering. So you're gonna have to sit it up a little bit, right? Because everything's gonna drain down, okay? But that's it. The system is really super easy to use. These, the tubing, $5 for a roll of maybe, I think 100 feet. The connectors are a pack of, I want to say 50 for like $6. The drippers, these are the more expensive ones. Only expensive because of where I got them from, right? You get about five of these for like $4 or $5. So altogether, you're looking at $15 just for this right here. The bucket I get for free from a bakery, as you can, right? But these drippers, you can get a better deal on Amazon, obviously, and I'm gonna put a link in the description. But you can get like I think 100 of these for $8. But it comes with no stake. It's gonna just be the top portion. But all you do now is fill this thing up and adjust the flow, and I'm gonna show you how that looks. We adjust this here to get our flow, and look at there. Y'all see that? That's wonderful, isn't it? Now, obviously, like I said, this is like if I take this all the way off, you know, it gets more, you get more flow, right? So the tighter I make this cap, the less flow I'm gonna get until it's off. So I'm gonna just back this off like maybe a quarter of a turn and see what I get. And then you just play with it until you find the flow that you want, right? And to me, that's a good flow, right? That's too much if it was hanging that low. To me, that's good right there. That's a good flow right there. The first one I made, I had a faster flow. It took about a day. I slowed the flow down, and it took like 3 days for this thing to empty out. So that's roughly a gallon per day, right? Like I said, obviously, if the bigger bucket you get, the bigger barrel that you use, the more water it's gonna hold, the longer you're gonna be able to water your plant. So, and you can even put fertilizer in here, and it can fertilize for the entire time that it's watering. So a lot of different ways that you can use, that you can apply this thing. But that's it, y'all. That's it. That's super, like I said, super simple. Less than $20. If you have to buy the bucket, you're looking at around $20. But if you don't have to, if you have buckets laying around the house, if you want to go to your local bakery or something like that, you can go to your local grocery store and their bakery department and ask them for the buckets. Same thing. So you can literally get the bucket for free and then just have to buy this material. But the cool thing about it is, if you get 100 feet of tubing, and you get 50 emitters for $8, and you get 50 of these connectors for $5, how many buckets can you make, right? So that actually brings your cost per bucket down significantly, right? But that's it, y'all. Just wanted to show y'all this super simple way of watering your trees, your bushes, your plants, whatever you have. If you're gonna be out of town and you don't have a timer, or maybe it's away from the rest of your garden, like our garden, the way our garden is set up, our trees are away from the irrigation, so I have to set the buckets up for those trees. So it solves that huge problem of watering. So we appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. Hopefully you found value in this video, and we'll see you guys in the next video.